Hello, hello, it is Lynx here, and today I will be reading Chapter 33 of the Traffic Light Trio by It's Livy Bear. This is actually for the Podficcers Baton Pass, and the way this works is that I'm reading Chapter 33, Love Good read Chapter 32, and Plant 83 will be reading Chapter 34, passing along the Traffic Light Trio until the Podfic is completed. So the summary says, let's get it started in here. Black-eyed peas. Now that we've gotten through all of this info, I don't think there's any warnings for this chapter, so let's hop right in. May wasn't allowed to go to the meeting between agencies since she wasn't directly involved, and literally everything she could tell them could be told by another of the UA students who were eating up information, any information, like it was candy. Gran Torino leaned over to Sir Night-Eye and said he had never seen a more feral batch of children in all his years of teaching. He was grinning madly when he said it, of course. With all 3 third years and their agencies requested, Gran Torino and other pro-heroes, the meeting room was rather full, and Centipede quickly called it to order. Due to your efforts, we have narrowed down the location of the Yakuza from the many bases and where they might be holding the young girl, Eri, and Midoriya Izuku, also known as Green Lightning. As far as we are aware, they have not completed the quirk erasing bullets using Eri yet. And God, if that meeting wasn't a nightmare and a half! And Sir Night-Eye has used foresight to identify a way to get in the building and its underground component. The raid will begin in approximately 2 hours at 8:30 a.m. Are there any questions before we go over to the Yakuza members we will likely encounter and their abilities? Momo knew most of her questions would probably be about the abilities anyway, so she held her tongue. They had all gotten the text from their agencies and had sped out to this 6 a.m. meeting. No one was sleeping well anyway, pushing hard in training and working on efficiency and power. Momo herself was studying late into the night, looking up chemical compounds and easy bomb creations. She wouldn't be tear-gassing anyone, of course, just mildly irritating them to ensure they were easier to fight. If they couldn't handle a little chloropersin, they didn't deserve to kidnap Izuku. She nodded along with the reports of the Yakuza members. May had found a roster for them and given the information out to all the UA kids 2 days before, but this was a nice review. She exchanged a quick glance with Eijiro, Denki, Sue, and Ochako. Yes, this would go fine. They all grinned at each other. Boss, we have a problem. No shit, Dobby. The flag was captured by someone who isn't even fucking playing. No, we have a different, debatably worse problem. Tomura stilled. What? Yeah, you know how we wanted to storm today, so the heroes are just right there and prepping the raid in 30 seconds? Fuck! I mean, Kurogiri can get us in and out, no problem, but I don't know, seems a little risky. Magne. He called back into the base. What's our drop status? At least another 15 minutes at least, boss. He cursed. Compress, twice, see if you can speed this up. Can't let the heroes get the flag. Will do. Okay. Fuck off. Twicey, let's go. Coming. Go without me. Himiko giggled. No way, Twicey. You and Spinner are my best buds. Let's go kick some Yakuza ass. I'm sure the heroes will be a great distraction for us to slip in undetected. Spinner nodded grimly. Verstaine. Yeah, Verstaine. And Izu. Hell yeah, we're gonna die. Izuku tried to smile at Eri. And then the princess got on the horse's back and rode far away from all of the bad guys. The dragon stayed behind, warding them off so she had time to escape. But then they gave a great cry of pain and she couldn't help but turn back. She took a sword from a downed knight and fended them off from her dragon. Between the 2 of them, there was nothing they couldn't do. And the other evil knights were scared off, banished from the kingdom, never to be seen again. The princess and the dragon lived happily ever after in their prosperous kingdom, until the princess became the queen and ruled her land with a kind and gentle heart, guarded by her dragon and guarding them in kind. The end. She fidgeted and nodded, recognizing the story was over, but her eyes lingered on the picture of the smiling queen and the dragon protecting her, and Izuku couldn't bring himself to close the book just yet. He knew why he was with Eri. He was just a reminder of what Overhaul could and would do to people. And usually it was just after the hour or so of playtime that Eri was taken away, only to come back with fresh bandages. She stayed awake just long enough to see he was okay, and then she passed out and Izuku was sent back to his own room just down the hall. He hated it. The door slammed open and Chronostasis, one of the 8 bullets, came in. Get up, we have to move. You there, boy, hold the girl. Izuku didn't hesitate, scooping Eri up into his arms and adjusting her so they were both more comfortable. What's going on? He said aloud, mind already whirring with possibilities. None of your business. Now move or I shoot you. Oh, so something the Yakuza didn't like. Probably heroes, then. Izuku grinned and leaned forward slightly as he walked, mouth just beside Eri's ear. Eri, he breathed. I think it's the heroes. If you see people in colorful costumes like mine, I want you to run to them, okay? But, she whispered back, what about you? I can take care of myself, Eri, okay? But I can't fight as well if I have to worry about you. Make sense? She nodded lightly, eyes trained tearfully on the masked man behind them, no doubt pointing a gun at Izuku's back. Ah, good, we can leave. Eri tensed in his arms at the voice of Overhaul, but Izuku just hummed lightly and ran a hand down her back, letting her loose of some of the tension. Just when we got the bullets working. Overhaul grumbled under his breath, but Izuku used every ounce of self-control to not tense and grimace. If the bullets were complete, anyone here could lose their quirk at any time, permanently. The ceiling rattled above them from either something heavy or an explosion, and Eri shivered. The two men started walking a little quicker, forcing Izuku to move faster to keep up and not have a gun dig into his back. Overhaul, unhand them! He clicked his tongue and turned with a sneer, visible even under the large mask. Ah, a hero. What was your name again? No, I don't really care. Where's your backup? Did you come here to die, hero? Lemillion grinned. Nope, I came here to rescue my Kohai and Eri. Overhaul slammed suddenly, bare hands on the ground, and concrete spikes rippled to pierce the third year, who just passed through them. Overhaul narrowed his eyes with a growl and slammed his hands again, but nothing happened. Everyone, bar Togata, whirled around to see Eraserhead, looking livid and a little beat up. Chrono! Chrono's stasis moved, engaging with their teacher, and as soon as he blinked, he was stabbed by an arrow that vastly slowed him down. Overhaul nodded and molded concrete to drop Aizawa a floor, sealing it back up. I have been meaning to look into Erasure. We can come back for him later. Now, where was I? There was a boom of a cannon, and the wall Mirio came tumbling down. Genesis's handiwork, Izuku could tell. And he tossed Eri at Lemillion in the chaos, who caught her, but before he could run to the heroes pouring in, a cool hand tightly grasped the back of his neck, and he could feel the bite of a gun pressing into the side of his head. Ah. Not another step, heroes, or Midoriya Izuku will have a bullet in his brain. Either it will kill him on impact, or he will be without a quirk. Regardless, you will ruin his life all for the sake of taking another step. Now, how about you give Eri back, and we'll be on our way, no heroes dead. Izuku carefully moved his hand to the inside of his jacket, moving slowly. Denki caught the action, and Izuku meaningfully glanced at Overhaul, to distract him. Denki had a questioning look in his eyes, looking between the object in his eyes. Is this what I think it is? Izuku smiled. Denki grinned widely. Hey there, Overhaul, you want to know something funny? I don't particularly want anything other than your cooperation. Well, funny story. My buddy Izuku here, he's been kidnapped 5 times? 6? I don't know. We've kind of lost count, and there's a debate on what actually counts as a full kidnapping. But anyway, it's kind of funny, right? No. Is anyone actually going to negotiate, or should I just shoot him and be done with it? I mean, you could do that, but then you want to get to hear the funny story of his first kidnapping. I mean, it was super scary the first time, since it took us a while to figure out where he was, and we wouldn't even have found it without help, but it worked out in the end, and we even got a present out of it. Perfect timing. Izuku latched the metal bracelet on Overhaul's wrist, the hand holding the gun, and everything stilled. What is this? Izuku turned his head to the side a bit to smile at Overhaul. A present! Congratulations, you have been cut off from your disease. He spun around, out of Overhaul's grip, and dashed back a few feet, putting distance between them and readying his stance. Overhaul looked down at the quirk-canceling brace in stunned awe, which then faded into murderous rage, which then got washed away by a manufactured calm. Then perhaps you'd like to join me in being rid of the disease. He leveled his gun again and shot directly not at Izuku, at... Izuku didn't even think, powering up one for all and watching in slow motion as the bullet hit his arm. Everyone stilled. The bullet slowly moved until it was pushed out of his skin, clattering to the ground, and it was followed by the drops of a mostly clear liquid. Then his arm exploded in a mass of black tentacles. He managed to clamp down on them, feeling them as an extension of one for all. No time to think about that, until they were like prowling snakes, waiting to strike. Izuku looked up and grinned at Overhaul. Well, this changes things just a bit. Alright, so that is the end of chapter 33. It's a cliffhanger. This author really likes cliffhangers, but it's whatever. But remember to eat, sleep, drink your water, and take your meds. And when you sleep, go to bed at a reasonable time. You guys cannot clown on me because it's just about 5:30 p.m. and that's reasonable. And anyways, remember kids, be do and crime gay.